When preparing for birth, there's a huge focus on preparing your pelvic floor for an easier labor. And there's a lot of things that we can do to help release tension within our pelvic floor. But commonly, the movements that we're seeing really emphasized are going to be those really wide knee movements with tons of external hip rotation. And those movements are helpful to help prepare the pelvis for birth and the pelvic floor because we do want to release tension to the front half of the pelvic floor. But it's important to note that these wide knee positions are also really only targeting the front half of the pelvic floor. And so we do need to incorporate exercise to help release more tension in the back half. In this workout, we're going to be targeting all of the different portions of the pelvic floor, the front, a little bit more towards one half of the front, the back, and then a little bit more towards one half of the back as well to help you release tension throughout your entire pelvic floor. Hey, my name is Gina. I'm a perinatal fitness trainer and the founder of MamasteFit, and I'm here to guide you through 4 exercises to help release tension throughout your entire pelvic floor. But before we dive into today's workout, I want to share that my book, Training for Two, is now available for pre-order, and it comes out September 10th of 2024. So depending on when you're watching this, it may already be released. Training for Two is all about how you can use your prenatal workouts to include pelvic floor preparation workouts to help you prepare for birth. We include lifting modifications for each trimester, pelvic stability exercises, and core exercises to help you stay pain-free throughout your pregnancy, and tons of birth preparation exercises that target each portion of your pelvis to make it easier for a baby to navigate through, in addition to releasing tension throughout your entire pelvic floor. Because birth preparation and our prenatal workouts need to be more than just pregnancy-safe exercises and tons of butterfly and deep squats. There is so much more to preparing our body for birth, and the book is going to help guide you through it. Check out Training for Two down in the notes below. In this workout, we're going to be incorporating 4 exercises to help release tension throughout the entire pelvic floor. We're going to start with the deep squat position, which is a really common birth preparation exercise that you may see to target the pelvic floor, which is going to stretch more of the front half of the pelvic floor. After that, we're going to move into an open hip position just on one side with our half kneeling lunge rocks. And this is going to target more one half of the front half of the pelvic floor, more so than the other, but we're going to do both sides. After that, we're going to move to a tabletop position to focus more on the back half of the pelvic floor with some hip shifts. And this is going to target more one half of the posterior pelvic floor, and then we'll do the other. And then we're going to finish up with a hero's pose rock back to stretch more of the back half of the pelvic floor in its entirety. For this workout, the equipment that you'll need is you'll need 1 yoga block and 1 weight, and that's all you're going to need to release tension throughout your entire pelvic floor. If you want more workouts like this to help prepare your body for birth, to include strength training workouts and mobility exercises, be sure to check out our online prenatal fitness programs. We offer our online prenatal fitness programs in 2 main formats. We have our app-based program, which is going to be a list of exercises with short demo videos, and this is going to be a great option for somebody that wants to work out at their own pace and in a gym setting. That's the program that I'm personally using throughout my 4th pregnancy, and the program that we use in our prenatal fitness training facility here in Aberdeen, North Carolina. We also offer our prenatal on-demand program, which is going to be more similar to workouts like this, where it's going to be a full-length workout video that you follow and work out with at the same time. Our prenatal on-demand program is offered as a fitness program, which includes strength training exercise, birth prep, plus all of these pelvic floor release exercises. And then we also have a standalone birth prep workout program if you just want something to complement your current workout routine, which includes all of our pelvic opening workouts plus those pelvic floor release workouts. You can check out all of our prenatal fitness programs on our website at MamasteFit.com and use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of our online programs. So once you've got your equipment, let's go ahead and get started with today's pelvic floor release workout. So we're going to start with our deep squat movement where we're going to be pressing the knees out. If we need a little bit of support at the bottom, feel free to sit down to a yoga block. If you're really up on the toes, place something underneath the heels as well, just to provide some support. If you want to move deeper, go ahead and remove the yoga block. And then we're going to start by just pressing the knees out and then letting them coming back in. And we're just going to kind of alternate between this pressing movement for about 20 seconds, and then we're going to target one leg at a time. So these external rotation positions where the knees are a lot wider helps to target more of the front half of the pelvic floor. So in this movement, you may be feeling more pressure towards the front half or like your vagina area with these wide knee positions, because that's where they're stretching, is stretching the front half of the pelvic floor. And so this is a really common birth prep exercise, the external hip rotation, really wide knees. But we also need to incorporate other types of movements, which is what we're incorporating within this mini workout. Go ahead and come forward, and now we're gonna come into a half lunge position where the toe is gonna be pointing out to the side and your back leg shin is gonna be pointed behind you. So we have perpendicular legs here. Grab onto your weight, and then we're gonna shift our weight into one leg and then come back out. So we're gonna feel more of an inner thigh stretch of the knee that's down on the floor and a little bit more of a groin stretch in the leg that is up. And taking your time with these rocks, we don't need to rush through them, just kind of feeling what these different movements are feeling like for you. So similar to the deep squat movement, this is going to be a very wide knee position. And so this is stretching more of the front half of our pelvic floor, a little bit more towards one side than the other. About 10 seconds, we'll switch to the other side. Let's go ahead and switch. So place that other knee down. And again, my legs are perpendicular. So this knee is straight out to the side, and then this leg is straight back behind me, grabbing onto your weight. And we're gonna do the same thing where we shift into that leg. So go ahead and begin to rock into that leg and back. So at the bottom, feeling like a really big groin stretch in the up knee, and maybe a little bit of an inner thigh stretch in that down knee. And the weight is just helping you move a little bit deeper into it. So again, you can also do this without a weight as well if it feels better for you. So this is helping more with that upper mid-pelvis opening, so the very top of your pelvis where your baby begins their rotation. These one-sided externally rotated positions or open hip positions help to create space there. Go ahead and place that weight down, and now we're gonna grab onto our yoga block to do our hip shifts. So I'm gonna place that yoga block underneath my right knee, and then I'm shifting my weight over so I feel a little bit of a stretch in this right hip. And then drop the belly to the floor to arch in the back, and then exhale to round. When you round, you should feel more of a stretch in that elevated hip. And then make sure that the weight is shifted over towards that right leg or the elevated knee. So if I lifted my bottom leg, my body position would not change. So this movement is more of an internal pelvic rotation. So the actual pelvis is shifting position. This is going to stretch more of the back half of the pelvic floor, more so on that elevated hip. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring that block underneath the left knee now. And then again, I'm shifting my weight over so I can lift that right knee without changing my body position. Maybe shift the hands over as well. And then begin to arch in the back and round in the back. So inhale to drop the belly down. Exhale, pull belly to spine to lift up, feeling more of that stretch in that elevated hip. So we're trying to use our core to be what's pulling that rib cage and pelvis closer to help us come into this rounded position as opposed to like clenching our glute and tucking it that way. Keep that weight shifted over that elevated hip. Now we're going to come to a seated position on that yoga block so that the knees are together and the feet are wide. You can also sit down all the way to the floor to move a little bit deeper if that feels good for you. Place the hands in front of you and you're going to come forward to arch and then exhale to sit back into our hero's pose. So we're just going to move forward and backwards in this internally rotated position. And you may find about like the halfway point, you want to remove the block so you're feeling a little bit more mobility in the hips. Feel free to do that as well. So if you want to remove the block to move a little bit deeper, feel free if it's feeling good for you in your body. We hope that you enjoyed today's pelvic floor release workout where we targeted the front half of the pelvic floor with those wider knee movements, in addition to the back half of the pelvic floor with the knees in, more of the internally hip and pelvic rotated movements. Commonly, stretching more of the back half of the pelvic floor is neglected in a lot of pelvic floor birth prep release programs. And so we hope that you take the movements that you learned today to incorporate into your prenatal workout routine. If you want more, again, check out our online prenatal fitness programs. We offer in an app and as full-length workout videos so you can choose whatever workout delivery works best for you. You can check out all of our prenatal fitness programs on our website at MamasteFit.com. And again, use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of our online offerings. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you get notified whenever we release new workout videos. We release one new workout video every week and tons of educational content to help support you throughout your pregnancy, birth, and beyond.